Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the right time. It's the wrong time, but it's the right time. My name is Bomani Jones. Thanks for checking us out here at YouTube. This is a YouTube exclusive. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for this and more. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for this and more. Subscribe to the goddamn YouTube channel, please. Thank you. Anyway, story that's been going on for about the last week that's been interesting for me to watch here is it really looking like Bill Belichick might be the football coach at the University of North Carolina. I will still believe this when I see it, but it looks like it's possible. Why will I only believe it when I see it? Because it is such a transparently bad idea that I cannot believe that either side is already so desperate with whatever their situation is that this is what they want to give a try. Now, how could this be such a transparently bad idea to me, but not be a transparently bad idea not only to the people that run University of North Carolina, but also people who are observing? Well, I think the answer to that is pretty obvious, and that is because Bill Belichick is the greatest football coach in the history of the NFL. I don't think there's much dispute about that. I don't care if he has the all-time wins record. That isn't really what we're talking about now, is it? 6 rings and 9 trips to the Super Bowl in what was probably the most competitive era of NFL football. You get all the props in the world for that. You can tell me all this, Tom Brady won a ring without him. He didn't win one without Tom Brady. Okay. My argument always was he won one with the initial incarnation of Tom Brady, which was not the same as the later incarnations of Tom Brady. And he won a Super Bowl with that dude too. Like, the results happen to be the results, and he also gets the credit for starting Tom Brady when a lot of other people would have gone back to Drew Bledsoe. Anyway, he's that dude at that level. The other reason that people are unable to see that this is a transparently bad idea is they're making the argument that nobody has a better resume than Bill Belichick. That, of course, is true. That is based on what point number 1 was, which is he's the best coach in the history of the NFL. So, yes, you are right. You won't find anybody that's going to take the job in North Carolina that has a better resume than Bill Belichick. Here's the thing, though. If you hire Bill Belichick, you're not hiring Bill Belichick's resume. You're hiring old-ass Bill Belichick. That is who you are hiring. His resume is actually very young. He ain't have to press none of them bad boys up. He ain't have to print out a resume for years until last year when he was like, damn, I'm trying to get me a job. And he printed up some new resumes. They was all crispy on the side. They might have had some embossing on them. He probably took them into office with him when he went to interview for that job with the Falcons. I think he interviewed with somebody else. And the Falcons looked at it and was like, nah, we'll hire a black guy. Bill Belichick is 72 years old, I believe is what I saw. He is 72 years old. You don't see a lot of people that age getting hired for jobs. That's just not how it works. When the Cowboys fired Tom Landry had a better resume than anybody that was applying for any of those jobs. Wasn't nobody going to hire Tom Landry's old ass, especially not coming off a few bad seasons that made it look like the game had passed him by. Did you see what it looked like the last time Bill Belichick coached a football team? Would you have looked at the Patriots from last season and said to yourself, man, I got to get the guy that coaches them? Would you have said that? Man, I don't know who identified the talent for that team, but I need them to help build my squad. Would you have done that? Don't you remember last year when he was out there looking for jobs and they said the part of his plan was going to be to bring get the old gang back? He was going to get Matt Patricia and Joe Judge to show up. Why would you want somebody to do that? By the way, shout out to Matt Patricia. I saw him on television. He looked like he'd been working out. But anyway, he looked like he was trying to get get down to his fighting weight and get back out there. All of that, whatever. I'm just asking you. What argument do you have for Bill Belichick that don't have to do with something that happened a long time ago? It is over. I think Bill Belichick had a wonderful career. Belichick's so desperate for this that he had all the power in the world in New England. And he has made it clear per reports and everything else, his willingness to do this without having all that power in the NFL. And it looked like everybody in the NFL heard him say that and was like, stop lying. Like, you think that man was going to go from having all that to be able to be this? He was saying whatever it took in order for him to get a job because this is what he wants to do. And it sounds like he'd be willing to take the job at North Carolina in large part because he doesn't think that he's going to get one in the NFL. So he can't pass up his opportunity where somebody is willing to hire him. He can't pass that up for something that really just might not be the case when it comes down the line. I totally understand that. I see why that would be the play that Mr. Belichick would perhaps want to make. I get it. I'm going to just tell you something right now, sir. And hey, look here. Maybe you don't think this applies to you because I could have said these things about the New England Patriots when you took that job, okay? But when somebody keep being sorry forever, sometimes it's bigger than any one person. It's more than any one guy can fix. And for whatever reason, I don't have the answer for it, North Carolina just stay kind of sorry. I can't tell you why it is still an attractive job to a lot of coaches because it's the last sleeping giant program that people look at and still say to themselves, I just can't understand why they're never better there. I'm a person who says that. I lived there for 10 years. I don't understand why they're never better, but they never are, okay? They never are. To the point where the fact that if they call you and say they want you to be the coach, you need to ask yourself what's wrong with you. Because clearly something's not going to go right about this program. Maybe you the issue if you the person that they want to call. That's what I would be thinking. But the reason why this doesn't make any sense to me from the standpoint of North Carolina is very simple. I once talked to a former Patriot, and the way that he described it was, and he was being very nice about it, it's not a very fun place to play, but you have a chance to win every week. Now, have a chance to win every week. Very, very attractive. It's not a lot of fun. That is something that grown men with a real focus and understanding of what's important, they're willing to hold that down, right? Like, okay, I don't like this, but this is what I got to do. College is supposed to be the most fun that you have. And look, there's going to be a wave of people that's willing to come in on the first one, like Bill Belichick. I'm trying to get to the NFL. I can play for Bill Belichick, all of that stuff. But these boys can quit their job at damn near any time at this point in this situation. How many of the people you think going to get the hell out of Dodge after a year of Bill Belichick? Bill Belichick, by the way, whose former players were on Fox NFL Sunday talking about the prospect of Bill Belichick coaching college students. Can we get a little clip of that here?
Belichick is actually interviewing for college jobs? Can you imagine him coaching college?
No.
Absolutely not. Recruiting an 18-year-old?
Listen, you really want to come here? I mean, we don't really want you anyway, but I guess you could come. We'll figure out if you play.
Bring your parents and use them as a third party, you're gone. You're off the team. We're direct.
Some scar tissue built up here amongst these guys.
Do those guys really sound to you like they think that this thing can work? These are the guys who played for Bill Belichick when they were adults? Trying to imagine the idea of doing that when you are in college? How does anybody look at this and think, oh, yeah, great idea. This is what we need? No. What Bill Belichick need to do is enjoy this good-ass television thing that he's got going. He should. He really should. And I get it. He wants to go do something else. Act like you coach it. Play video games. They almost like the real thing these days. Maybe that's the way for you to do this. But coaching college, y'all all gonna be mad you did that. I can only think of one reason Bill Belichick would want to coach at a college, and it's somewhat inappropriate for me to say. The NBA is in full swing, which means you could turn $10 into $1,000 in a single game watching your favorite teams only on PrizePicks. You can make a PrizePicks lineup between the NFL and the NBA in as little as 60 seconds. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what make PrizePicks the #1 fantasy sports app. So make sure you go to prizepicks.com/Bomani and use code Bomani for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/Bomani. PrizePicks, daily fantasy sports made easy.